Yo. What it do, folks? Apologize, it's been a minute, but we back at it. We about to get it. Episode 9, about to try to put you in the hot one. Black and Brown Movement Podcast. Hip Hop for the People in the Cup Productions. You know what it is. About to give it to you. You ready?
I'm praying for hip hop and for the people who were kneeling down at the church people rapping hip hop. No, they not equal without the PIH, POH. There's no hopping, no debate. It's a state of mind, not a musical category that you find on Wikipedia. I see the real hands keeping it alive.
Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast.
Hip Hop for the People.
Episode 9. Man, it's
ladies
been a
and gentlemen,
welcome
welcome back to episode 9 of the Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast. A mi gente allá, mi español de la familia, bienvenidos a nuestro afroamericano y nuestro latino movimiento en el número episodio 9. Mi nombre es Iván Castellón. This is Ivan C, ladies and gentlemen. Devious is back in episode 9. You know, obviously you guys heard episode 8 with the founding fathers of doing a special podcast, but now we're back. So let me go ahead and actually do this intro. Once again, I'm your co-host, Ivan C. And also I actually have my brothers here. Let me go ahead and introduce to Mr. Brox, Mr. Lee Franco.
Yo, this THC, Red Beard, the fear, the one who to despise, the ones who hide from for the sun.
That's right. And also we got, he is mad. He is
the mad scientist.
The mad scientist. Mad Verbals.
One in the house.
Good evening and good day to those that are on different time zones. What's good, folks? Hip Hop for the People in the house, baby.
And also, our last, obviously, co-host here. That's why he goes by Mr. Double B. Mr. Brandon Bradford.
What's up with it, y'all, man? I'm glad to be back. It's been a long time. We about to do this. Listen up, pay attention. Let's get it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Hey,
Mr. Brox.
This is like a family reunion over here,
man.
Man.
Of course, it's a family reunion
Been
right
so
here.
long. What's up?
There you go. We're on Facebook Live as well.
Snapchat, all that good shit.
We're everywhere right now,
buddy.
ladies and gentlemen.
Social media.
Everywhere, social media, all live. You know, first of all, I want to go ahead and thank everybody out there to our subscribers and, you know, our past and our present and our current listeners to listening to our podcast.
And all those future to join and get on the bandwagon.
All much love and vibe right over here. Everybody right here, we all show you a lot, you know, much love. Also wanted to go ahead and advise
that's that
we
PBR
all,
I'm cracking right quick.
We're all back now. You know, Mr. Brox had his health conditions, so now he's back.
Oh, yeah.
Also, as Mr. Double B, he had his conditions, and also as what we all had.
What conditions he got? We got some mental conditions over there. What? Oh, that's right.
Staying on top of things, doing what I got to do. Y'all already know what's up.
I ain't mad at you.
See, there you go. He says it right. That was an unfortunate. But you know what? I was loving episode 8. You guys killed it. The founding fathers killed it with that special episode going to that Museum of Hip Hop. That was phenomenal. I'm glad you guys killed that off. That was great.
Hey, speaking of which, to the executives of the Fugees, fuck y'all.
Yeah, they blocked us, man. They blocked episode 8 for a minute.
We was
That's
blocking
why it took a little while to
298
come
countries
out, you know?
we used 38 seconds of
We
the
trying to give
fucking
them props.
Ready or Not
What's
intro.
wrong with that?
Man, they was hating on us, dude.
Man, that's some hating shit.
Straight
Hey,
hating
and the
on us.
pros, if you over there still in that industry and you had something to do with that shit, you really whack. We already thought you was whack, but you would just put an exclamation point on your whackness.
Man.
They just not ready. That's all it is. They just not ready for us.
Ready or not, right?
They
Ready or
bad.
not.
Ready or not, motherfuckers.
Huh.
So let's go ahead and actually kick it off right here. Mr. Brox, kick off the intro, sir.
As we always do right about this time, the purpose of this podcast is to promote independent and underground artists, whether they be graffiti, dancers, painters, poets, DJs. We're here to promote the positive relations between our black and brown people, and we don't discriminate because we are
IMC, International Multicultural.
which means we are worldwide, no borders,
No borders, no boundaries, no
limits,
limit.
and no
Gimmicks.
So we are the voice of the people, and we hope that our message is received across the globe, near and far, east, west, north, and south.
That's right.
Worldwide.
There you go. You guys heard it right, ladies and gentlemen. You guys actually heard it right. Now, the first topic I actually want to go ahead and discuss was all of you right here, since this is a very interesting one, and obviously, our viewers should listen to this. I want to go ahead and actually bring this up on, even though we're actually late bloomers of it, but we haven't actually discussed it. But on December 14th, it was voted by the commissioner of the FCC and obviously the Republicans that voted to obsolete, ladies and gentlemen, net neutrality, meaning is that we're not able to have freedom of speech now in social media or anywhere else, internet at all. And that is
That's some
most
bullshit. We call bullshit.
Mierda,
Black and Brown Movement Radio
mierda.
Podcast, we call bullshit.
And that is
Mierda.
pathetic.
Pedazo de mierda.
Mierda mucho.
See, there you go. It's bullshit.
Yeah, explain it to him, man.
I mean, come on. Why? First of all, this happened obviously because Mr. Our president, which we would
Mr.
know.
George, who don't get no bush.
It all began.
What you say, Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Donald Trump obviously did all
Oh,
that.
well, he's a
Donald
descendant.
Trump.
They all related anyway.
And obviously, I want to thank Mr. Obama because he's the one that actually put this in the beginning when he was actually in office.
All right, let's stop right there. Let's go ahead and break that shit down. Everybody wants to point the finger at Obama, but do you know what really goes on in the politician's world as president? You have to shake hands with a bunch of greasy motherfuckers in order to get the things that you want to get done approved. Meaning, he had to suck up some bullshit in order to get the shit that we got. But people ignorant and simple-minded don't understand how the shit really goes down. That's politics and bullshit for you.
Unfortunately, I mean, any president, I don't care what color they are. I don't care if they're a
Clinton,
woman.
Reagan.
You know what I'm saying? Any president is
The Contras was due to the
they
trickery.
all have to abide by the oath. That secret oath, which is
Overworld.
about control, which is
Overworld.
about, the money. They got to abide
The
by
elite.
that to even become a president.
Ooh,
So
it goes deeper to that.
well, we know that, and we can speak on it, but, I mean, when people want to talk about Obama or any president and talk about,
Who's to blame?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's look at Kennedy, dude. John F. Kennedy gave his life,
Got his brains blown out.
you know what I'm saying? And he was doing everything about
For
the
the
people.
righteous.
You know what I'm saying? So, president
The
is a
only
puppet,
president
man.
that did something for the righteous. Now, a lot of people wouldn't agree with a lot of things that I would have to say about that, including Obama. But I like to keep that to myself. I don't like
Could
to
have did more.
I don't really like to put that out there because so far, whenever I've said anything about Obama since he's been the president, I've gotten scolded because of the stuff that I'm into
what?
and the stuff that I know.
Keep that shit real.
Yeah,
That's what
you
you
know.
feel.
Like I said, man,
1,000?
secret society, and the secret to secret society is control. That's the bottom line. So,
They don't control this shit right here.
no, they don't control this at all. So,
Well, actually,
High finger. Hey.
Actually, what I wanted to say was actually Obama, what he actually created in 2008 when he actually took over terms, he actually stopped the FCC to go ahead and actually charge us as consumers to actually put a price to our internet, to our service.
oh, so this shit would have been in place already if it wasn't for him, is what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that pretty much Mr. Trump and his administration overruled that because it was supposed to be renewed. But unfortunately, that
They said, fuck what he did.
The chairman of the FCC, which is obviously on the Republican side and also on Mr. Trump's side, decided, no, screw that.
On the money side.
On the money side. So you know what? Consumers obviously us consumers, but now as corporations, Verizon, Time Warner,
Yeah.
which is Spectrum
now, yeah.
And now they're gonna put a price to the tags of our free usage of
Of
internet.
the internet.
Not only
internet.
that, but what we were talking earlier before the podcast about how they're also going to be monitoring the content of the
course.
internet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
The point is they're monitoring that, and whatever they want to go ahead and charge you, they could charge you. You
Right.
want to look for a website that you want to go to, guess what? You're going to get charged more than what you thought of. Like, you're going to get charged more. And that's ridiculous.
Not to mention, they're going to be able to see everything that you're looking at.
Well, of course, that's the whole point. Net neutrality, pretty much what they did is now they have complete control of your whatever you search of and whatever actually your information, your personal information, and they're able to charge you whatever the hell you want. Whatever the hell they want. They would charge you whatever the hell.
You know what's funny too, though, how you speak on that, and actually what it's called, the term,
Yes.
net neutrality.
Yes.
That's like an oxymoron.
Of course, indeed.
Because you're saying net neutrality, meaning like it's neutral,
Which,
but it's not.
right.
The program that you're attempting to implement is not neutrality. It's you controlling the net and you controlling, free speech.
Some old totalitarianism
Right.
bullshit.
So they always try and, catch us up with some old terms.
Special wording.
Yeah, to try and make it look like they, are looking out for us. But in reality,
They the people, because we not.
right. They looking out for their own interests.
No, right, and I agree with that. But the situation with that is now that we're actually going to get charged more of it. That's us being consumers. I mean, we're going to lose a lot of more freedom when it comes to, internet worldwide, to the world, to let them know what's going on in this society, anywhere we live at. And now that they're going to control, now they're going to control what we speak upon them.
Let's just be honest. We ain't never had freedom of fucking anything when it comes to America.
True.
Stop buying the motherfucking Kool-Aid that's tainted.
What about Tang? I love Tang, man.
No, I didn't say Tang.
Hey, man, don't hate
I
on
said
Tang, though,
tainted,
man.
because I
I
fucks
love
with
Tang.
Tang.
Nah,
I
fuck
love
Tang.
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 Nah, fuck Tang. It's all about Tampico. Fool.
Okay,
What's up?
okay, yeah, I love
hell
Tang too. But I prefer Tang.
Fake ass Sunny Delight.
Hey, I prefer Tang of anything in the whole world, man. I prefer Tang.
Tang is the shit.
Tang
Oh,
was
yeah.
pretty cool, though.
What do you think, Mr. Radford?
Don't
I'm
be
gonna be
shy.
totally honest with you.
You don't know what Tang is?
No, apparently I don't.
But you know what twang is, though, right?
But
You was talking about going to get some of that earlier,
I'm
right?
like, you don't know what Tang? Put the poo in front of it.
Tang is?
Pootie Tang.
You know what
Pootie
Tang is?
Tang.
Come on, Doug. Come on, Doug.
man, y'all know I'm a fan of that Poontang pie.
Right, Yeah, because it got a little twang to it, right?
Nah, but honestly though, man, everything that's been going on, as far as what we've been talking about right now is, come on, man. I mean, this is no surprise for us. I mean, this is stuff that's been going on for a long time. We really have no control of it, and it's just about what are you gonna be prepared for? You know what I'm saying? Are you prepared for it? You know what I'm saying? Are you prepared for what's the upcomings that's about to come, like in the very, very near future? You know what I'm saying?
P-Rock said it
You know what
on
I'm
one of
saying?
his songs. Are you ready for the war?
Man, and that's just what it's really about.
It's
You know what
been
I'm saying?
war
Just-
from the
you
beginning.
Just get yourself prepared. I mean, it's inevitable. There's nothing we can do about it. Just, get ready. You know what I'm saying? In the words of Deep Rocks, lace your bootstraps up.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up.
Get ready. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
that's all we can do, man. Prepare
Movement
yourself.
talk,
You know what I'm saying?
baby.
Inevitable.
real.
It's
That's
about to
real.
happen. Get ready. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Yeah, that's no doubt right there, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's right. But it's an unfortunate because now it's gonna hurt people with self-employed business, people that actually want to put their business out there. Has it been right now for the last couple of years?
Small businesses.
Small
Yeah.
businesses that are going out there,
Yeah.
and now it's gonna hurt them, and now you're just gonna put big pockets to the big corporations out there.
Just like the fucking tax cut.
That's what they've been doing, man. That's
You know
what
what?
they've
Now
been
let's go to
doing.
that topic.
Nothing
Topic
new.
Let him
Nothing
go ahead
new.
and go to topic number 2 now.
Real quick, let me blurt in. Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 9. Much love.
Nueve.
Number 9. Number 9 is just. So topic
Yeah,
number
that's
2. I want
Rocky
to go ahead and
410.
talk about I want to go ahead and speak upon especially the GOP tax. Oh, yeah.
Bullshit.
That's another bullshit right there. That obviously the 90% is going to be hurting, which is us. We're the ones who are going to be hurting, not the billionaires, not the millionaires, that actually corporation owners. Which I don't know. I work for one, and it's unfortunate. Which I don't give a shit, but still. It's going to hurt us, our pockets. It ain't going to hurt them nothing. Because those are Mr. Trump's best buddies in the world. Oh, my God, help me, get me president, and I'll help you back cutting your taxes. And now that's what he's doing.
That shit ain't going to pass.
Go ahead.
It's big business, man.
That's all
it is.
My other thing as well, this turned out to be a whole war now. Our Democrats, which is right there on the East Coast, in the East Coast as well, our Democrats could not read the 500-page of this GOP
2 days.
tax plan return. They had no chance to read it. They had no opportunity to read it. They only had an hour to go ahead and vote this. And they want to repeal to it because they wanted an hour extra so they could read to it, and they said no. The Congress said no, which is the majority, which was Republican. So
Right.
they said
no. For now.
Then they said no. So no, it was already signed.
Temporarily.
It's permanent.
No, I'm talking about the House being, the Congress being majority Republican.
Yeah, which is
what I was going to say is the reason that's happening is because what happened in Virginia and what happened in Alabama.
Yeah.
Democratic senators are being voted into southern states, which have been for the majority of the time dominated by Republican.
Yeah.
Because people are getting tired of this bullshit.
Yep.
So they're coming with this internet shit and this tax shit. They're coming fast and hard while they have the opportunity, because they know temporarily what I'm saying, that them holding the House and Congress, is not gonna keep happening.
No, and I agree, because there's going to be a total war between now Republicans and Democrats, and now this is going to be
the party's over.
Parties are going to go at it with each other
over
because of this. Now, but ever since that's why a lot of Democrats, obviously the majority of Democrats, are now voting against this, GOP tax plan return that Mr. Trump did, because he did not give the opportunity to them to read what is in that tax plan.
Yeah.
And the people that did could not read that shit. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like the senator from Massachusetts couldn't even read it. The senator from Missouri couldn't even read it. The senator from Minnesota couldn't even read it.
They're all Democrats.
And they could not read it. And these are Democrats.
Yeah.
Like,
not because they couldn't read.
No.
But because there was so much bullshit in it.
It was just so much bullshit.
They couldn't read through the bullshit.
This was voted within an hour, and they were not giving another hour or two to actually, review the whole 500-page of that tax return. And so.
Called smoke and mirrors.
So,
the smoke. You mean the smoke you blew, like the smoke they're trying to blow up our ass?
Smoke and mirrors.
True.
I want to get your thoughts, all of your thoughts about it. Obviously, we're in California. We're Democratic. Are we Democrat or Republican?
We're supposed to be Republican, but we motherfucking Democratic.
Okay, you tell me.
Shouts out to my vapors, by the way.
Duvet, baby.
And sipping on some PBR. Just doing what we do. As far as this politics and politricks,
the fuckery.
We keep up with it because we have to.
But we spiritual minded.
Yeah, and we look beyond it because
we know who's in control for real.
Exactly. So we're not gonna sit here and get caught up in it, and especially when it's for one, something we can't do something about.
No control.
Right here, right
so
now.
So we're rolling with serenity
and
prayer.
We're doing what we do right now. Radio podcast, Black and Brown Movement. We
beer and bullshit.
And spreading the word, and spreading the message, and informing people, and
giving you a 1,000% reality.
You. Hopefully, we're making you laugh a little and making you feel good a little bit. And we're playing some music for you, some of that real hip hop and underground shit, and that's what we do.
Non-watered down.
That's what we have control of, right? That's what we have control of.
Of course,
because
that's what we're gonna do.
Because it's a freedom of speech, and we have that freedom to go ahead and expose ourselves. I mean, why not?
Do you believe that shit for real?
Why not?
You believe freedom of speech for real?
Well, because we have that authority, and because we are the people. We are the people.
It's our responsibility.
Exactly.
Whether they give us a platform to or not, whether they're gonna start charging us. By the way, for YouTube, which you can get our channel, subscribe and like this and all,
which is Black and Brown Movement
all 8
88.
other podcasts. Black Brown Movement 88, all one word, all lowercase. Black Brown Movement 88 at YouTube. That's our YouTube channel. Subscribe, check it out. If you like what you're hearing now,
follow us.
Yeah, we got 8 other episodes of this and
many more to come.
Yeah, so
many more to come. Basically.
Especially, we got to do it right now while we can. Yeah. You know, we got to do it while we can because
we the people.
Before we get obsolete from the freaking net neutrality from the FCC.
Hey, you got anything? What you got over there, Mad Verbals, Mad Scientist?
I got some international shit for y'all.
Okay. All right, give us a little something for a few minutes here.
Courtesy of Made for Minds.
Oh, there you go. Courtesy of Made for Minds.
Boko Haram militants attack food aid convoy in Nigeria.
What the fuck?
Some cold motherfuckers over there, man. Some real.
That's some bullshit.
We got it good, yo. That's what I do know when it comes to, this aspect of being American.
Who attacked the convoy?
Boko Haram, African militants, man.
They attacking a convoy of food and supplies coming.
Listen, Boko Haram militants have killed 4 people in an attack on food convoy carrying aid to displaced civilians in Nigeria. Some 8.5 million people in the conflict region are in need of humanitarian aid. 4 people were killed when the UN World Food Program, the WFP, a convoy escorted by the Nigerian military, was attacked in northeast Nigeria. WFP spokeswoman said Sunday. Boko Haram attack occurred on Main Road, southwest of Gamburu, a town on the border of Cameroon, where thousands of displaced civilians rely on humanitarian aid. Excuse my voice, kind of on froggy tip. Still recovering on a little, illness and shit, but we up in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
WFP can confirm that a convoy escorted by the Nigerian military, including WFP, hired trucks, was the subject of an attack by armed groups of 35 kilometers southwest of Nagala in Borno State on Saturday. A spokesperson for the UN Food Assistance Organization told Reuters, that's the RN, the news and shit, in case y'all don't be watching the right shit.
You know what? That's an unfortunate the situation going on.
But check it out.
Yeah.
It's all based on it remained unclear if the 4 people killed in the attack were FP employees or drivers and assistants of the hired trucks.
So the people that are trying to bring them the aid, which are possibly part of the UN or whoever they're associated with, are killed by these rebels who basically are blocking aid to their own people.
Yeah, it says a local witness told the AFP news agency that militants stole a truck full of food and 2 other cars. The WFP said they were trying to work with authorities to find the location of the truck.
That's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
More than 20,000 killed in insurgency. Damn.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, we think we got it bad. We over here crying about politics and
that's
shit.
what I was about to get to that point. It's
Yo, check this shit out, though. Since he's been in whatever league, Boko Haram began insurgency in 2009, more than 20,000 people have been killed and some 2.6 million displaced. How's he still even operating?
You talking about their political leaders over there?
Nigerian military have repeatedly announced the final defeat of Boko Haram, but jihadists continue to carry out attacks and control large swaths of the countryside. 140 kilometers, which is 85 miles, road from the Borno state capital, Maiduguri, to Gamburu, on which the aid convoy was traveling, was reopened in July last year after the military closed it for 2 years due to repeated attacks.
Man, you know what's a trip is all that conflict and all the shit that happens in Africa, you know, and it being the mother of civilization, and you know the beauty that it possesses, and the fact that since you know the beginning of civilization and you know the whole trade, slave trade situation, I read on.
I got 2 more
Push Black,
footnotes
real quick. Push Black. I know you get that on YouTube, right? There was a tribe. What was it? The Kru. It's called the Kru tribe, KRU, from West Africa. I've always thought about my Native American people and how when they came over, you know, Mr. Bitch Columbo and all that shit, and supposedly found America and all that.
Columbo?
Right, Mr.
Wait a minute.
Columbus or whatever.
Oh, it's Columbus.
Yeah. So
bullshit.
my question
Columbus
was
is a TV
this:
show.
if I was a Native American back in that day, I would not, or an African, you know, descendant of Africa, I would not have been enslaved because I would have died. I would have died fighting. You know what I'm saying?
I'd have died in the 1800s.
Right. So
Shit.
there's this Kru tribe in West Africa, man.
Koalas kept in the 60s when they had the riots in Watts. I would have died.
Right. So they were notorious
you
for
wouldn't.
fighting to the death for their freedom, man. And so it was good to hear that, you know, to know that there were tribes, African, and I know of Native American tribes too, that are now extinct because they refused to be enslaved.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I would have.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay, tell me
You
why.
guys would have died. Because, you know what I'm saying, we didn't live in their era. You know what I'm saying? We lived in this era, so because we were born or we were living in this era, that's the mentality we have now. If we had been born in that era at that time, our mentality would have been different. It would have been the same mentality now. So while you saying now that you would have just died, oh, I ain't gonna let nobody do that to me, so I'm gonna just die, that wouldn't have been your mentality back then. Your mentality at that time, you would have endured the bullshit. did
No,
what you had to
no,
do.
not at all. I just have proof of it right here.
Okay, I see the
The
proof.
Kru tribe of West Africa. How
Okay.
many other tribes, how many other Africans were enslaved that had the mentality that you're talking about
Uh-huh.
that did endure?
Okay.
Probably the majority, right?
Yeah, the mass
But there's
majority.
proof right here.
Okay.
I would have been part of this Kru tribe.
Okay, so you would have been a part of the tribe that would have said, fuck it.
Yeah.
We gotta do
Yeah.
what we gotta do.
I would have fought to my death. You're not taking me. You're not just about to.
I'm
but
not
how do you-
getting
but
no-
how do you
no
know that?
ships.
That's what I'm saying. How do you know that? We
No,
were born,
okay.
we were born in that time.
Of course
That's
not.
What I'm
It-
saying. How do you know that
It's
you would
all
have been a part of that,
hypothetical,
you know?
metaphorical, but what I'm saying is,
I rioted
if
in
I was
92.
in
Fuck
that time,
that.
I
Ain't
would have been part of the Kru
hypothetical
tribe.
nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, we don't know that though. I'm going off of what we can say now because we weren't born in that time.
Bro,
But
I'm
how do
just
you think we
glad
would've been
that I
feeling
got
at
the
that time,
proof.
though?
I'm
Listen.
glad that I got the proof.
If I
Yeah, I'm
did,
not
there
saying
were
the proof doesn't
ones that
exist.
did it.
I'm not disputing the proof.
Listen.
I'm just saying, how do we know we would have been like
I'm
that?
telling
Okay,
you now.
yeah.
Right here.
I mean,
Here, hold on.
we don't
Check
know
it.
the past because we weren't part of it, just like we don't know the
Okay.
future.
Nah, look. I was in the past in 1992. Nigga, I was 22. If I did it then, I would have did it back when. Ain't no difference. I'm still the same motherfucker. The mentality. Period.
But
I
I think
wouldn't have
that's
been
the
no
difference,
fucking
though. You were a
slave.
part of that time. You weren't a part of that time.
You're not hearing me.
No, I am hearing you. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Being fucking passive.
So if you were part of that time, what would you have done? You would
I
have
don't know.
endured?
Being
what I'm telling you
passive
is
is a
I don't
choice.
know because I wasn't a part of that time. That's what I'm telling you.
You're part of the time now. It ain't no different.
There is a difference if you were born in that
Bullshit.
time to this time. Yes,
You
there
know what's
is.
the difference?
There's a major difference.
You know what the difference is? No plantations. It's a penitentiary. What? Keep running.
What
Let's
I'm
go.
telling you is that we're born into a different era in which our decisions actually make a difference as opposed to what their decisions.
Everything
their
that
decisions
existed
didn't mean
then, it
anything.
still exists now. It's just in a different form.
Real.
I'm going off of that. I'm going off of it being different.
No,
We
you're
don't know
not,
what our
because you're trying to
decision
say
would've
what
been.
we wouldn't. You're trying to say what
I'm
we
not
telling
saying,
you.
I'm not telling you that you wouldn't have done it. I'm saying, how do you
Yeah,
know
you
you would have
did.
done
You
it?
said that.
No, I said, how do you
Because
know
we're doing it right
you would've
now.
made that decision?
We're doing it right now.
1992.
And we're doing it right now.
And I'm not gonna stop fucking doing it. Black and brown movement.
By being on this podcast and saying the shit that we're saying,
Movement.
we're doing it right now.
Black and
And
brown.
like he's saying, he did it in '92. Yeah, of course.
Burning and looting.
It's you're making an obvious statement. We're talking in hypotheticals, of course.
Yeah, no doubt.
But all
But
we're
we
saying,
understand where you're
you know what I'm
coming
saying? Okay, if maybe this will make it better for you. if I had a time machine and I can go and have the knowledge that I have now,
have the knowledge you have
yes,
now?
and go back
Okay,
to
see,
there,
that's different.
nigga, I would have
Bill
gone,
and
man,
Ted.
nigga.
That's
Hey,
different.
and
Bill and
guess
Ted
how many
adventure.
fucking motherfuckers would not have been enslaved because we would have made a fucking revolt. I'm like, nah, man, go on and grab that, grab this, do that. Come on, we would
Let's
have made
get
some
it.
shit, you know?
The motherfuckers would be like, I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas talking about. Nigga, that's not our time. Nigga, we
So-
trying to live.
So how about that? How about we put it that way? You know?
Hey, fuck that. I had African American history. It was a gang of motherfuckers revolted.
The
It was
same
a-
with Native
There
Americans.
was a lot of motherfuckers
Yeah.
that did
But
fight.
their history is
You
not
just
told.
don't-
Their
that right
story's
there.
not told.
That right there.
Because they don't want you to know that
Them
people did
motherfuckers
fight
stood
against
up.
that bullshit. You know what I mean?
I don't dispute that at all.
Yeah.
Can't put nothing
It's
past
just like
America.
you don't hear enough
Right.
stories about the Black Panthers, which was a modern day revolters.
Brown Berets, other
Straight
organizations in Puerto Rican organizations in New York, and not only did they revolt, but they educated their people. They fed their people. They made their communities thrive.
So the point is that pretty much is if you were back in those times, you would educate them and actually help that tribe
Yeah,
the knowledge that you know already.
Yeah.
That's what pretty much what comes out of the bottom line.
yeah.
I mean, I get his discussion and I get you guys as well. But it all comes down, if you had the knowledge to provide that information to that tribe, things could have been different. History would have changed in a whole different level.
Yeah.
But
Well, because-
here's one thing you have to understand as well that I get it on his side as well. If it wasn't for those type of tribes, or it wasn't for of what occurred, which is unfortunate, we will not have the knowledge of what we have to this present now. Understand one thing clearly. These motherfuckers are smarter. I'll tell you one thing. They're smarter than the people that we have now in president office, that we have that are smarter than people out there creating bullshit.
There's
Why?
another.
Because
There's another part
create,
to it.
Hold on. The point to it is they created survival. They created what was supposed to be the future. They created everything what's going on to this day.
And let's take it back before that, and I'm sure you would agree on this too. And also a part of the story that's not told as much either is the leaders who sold out their people.
I agree with that.
Literally sold out their people.
Yeah.
And when I say leaders, because these are tribe elders and tribe heads and kings and royalty who sold their people out.
Well,
You're
money.
talking about the African people that were fucking wrote off like a bad fucking check?
Yeah.
Those people? Yeah.
Not the ones that were wrote off, but the ones that wrote them off. Their
Yeah,
own
yeah,
people
no doubt.
that wrote them off.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is it's all full circle into what he was just saying about this the what is it, border whatever, I forget the name of them, but
Boko Haram.
yeah, they're doing the same
Conflict
thing.
threatens food security in Nigeria.
They're doing the same
Nigeria,
thing
excuse-
to this day, selling their own people out. So, I mean, if everybody was on the same mentality and were like, you know what, fuck that, we're not about to be enslaved, or
No
you're
more
not about
oppression.
to make me into a servant or whatever, and everyone rises up, that would include the leaders who would have done what I was talking about doing and say, hey, no, grab this, do that, organize some shit and make a revolt happen. But
Right.
the leaders instead
Yeah.
took the gold or whatever was offered to them,
That.
you know what I'm
It
saying,
was
and
that.
sold they fucking people out, dude. And so,
No doubt.
you got to imagine being in the position of a regular person and seeing your leaders doing that to you, and then having the confusion of what the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? Knowing probably in your mind and heart, but then, you got families and everything else. And, so, I get what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? But, we have to add that other dynamic because it ties back into what he was just saying with what's going on today in Africa to back then. And that's a huge part of the reason why they ended up in that enduring state, having to endure.
I agree with it.
Yeah.
But like I said, here we're lucky,
Blessed.
and we're blessed.
I don't believe in luck. We don't believe in luck.
We're blessed.
We're blessed.
We're blessed to to be in this where we're at right now. over there.
Don't lose your marbles, brother. Don't lose your marbles.
Tripping.
Oh man, why you tripping?
Why you tripping?
Why you tripping? Why you tripping? Other countries like Africa is one of them, and also in Jerusalem, in Israel, and anywhere in a part of the country out here in the Middle East, everywhere, they don't have the same freedom that we have here. And I
it's not just freedom, is the opportunity, the opportunity for education, the opportunity for basic shit like water, like he said, food, supplies. How the fuck can you think about educating yourself or making yourself better when you can't even think because you're fucking starving, or you got malaria because your water's contaminated?
We were just talking about that right here.
All that shit. The mosquitoes biting you and got diseases, and you don't have basic health care, and So I agree with you completely.
But you fronting over there like you there to help them, giving them vaccinations, which is really some bullshit.
Yeah, it's population control more than likely.
I mean, that's what it always.
It's just like the, Tuskegee Airmen situation.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what it comes down to. Yeah,
Agent Orange. I mean, come on, man. We can go on and on and on.
We've been going on and on forever. But you know what? Look, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and
let's switch it up. No. Let's go to the sponsors. Fuck it. Give the sponsors some love.
Yeah, that's right.
In Toronto buzzes will talk of billionaire couple suspicious death. Canadian billionaire, generic drug mogul, and philanthropist once promised that the autobiography he was writing would be a page-turner, packed with stories of intrigue, duplicity, outright corruption by his competition. The last chapter, without a doubt, the most sensational.
Wait, what are you?
He did not get to write it.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you right now. It occurred last Friday when his body was rolled out of the Toronto mansion. Toronto buzzes would talk of billionaire couple suspicion death.
Okay, so some billionaires in Toronto.
He was a billionaire for creating generic drugs, and he was a philanthropist. So all the money he made off the shit, the drug, he gave away. But it was generic drugs. What?
Which takes away from the pharmaceutical companies.
They said that the death, both deceased, was ligature neck compression. Somebody strangled them.
Right.
Why would you strangle two billionaires?
Because these motherfuckers were taking money
and
away.
Then the police leaked it and tried to say it's murder-suicide.
Wow.
So the
Conspiracy
children is like, they slammed them and shit like that's some bullshit. And y'all better do a thorough investigation.
Conspiracy theory.
Man, 1.0.
4 children issued a statement slamming the police for leaking the murder-suicide theory and urging them to conduct a thorough, intensive criminal investigation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a little quick break right now.
Oh yeah, there it is. Hold on.
Wait, we got it.
Barry was involved in big pharmacy on worldwide basis. His lawsuits pertain to billions of dollars back and forth. When you're dealing with the size of that industry and the amounts we're talking about, you make enemies.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
The government, they tied into all that shit.
All right. So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a little quick break.
We'll be back with our sponsors.
Yeah, we'll come up with our sponsors.
Commercials.
Brought to you by Black and Brown 2.
And stay black. Hip hop for the people.
Remain humble while trapped in the jungle. The struggle, keep it real and just based on how you feel. It's about the people and us community. We need to UNITE on our spring. From Brooklyn to Brazil, South Central to Salvador. They kill us before we born. It's evident we're at war. Eyes wide open, keep that third eye focused. And those high vibes flowing so we all keep growing. That hot versus rap, boom back versus trap. When you mumble on the track and your content is whack. We taking this shit back to replace what we lack. More love is essential, so elevate your mentals. Hip hop is based on facts, intelligence, truth, and relevance. Past and
current
present
events.
tense, math, current events. The movement 7 cents. Sometimes the shit is said, but we say what we meant.
We say what we meant.
Yeah, it's another snippet of that hip hop for the people. We back, man. Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast,
Yeah,
episode
yeah.
8. We about to go on and give shots out to our sponsors right about now. I haven't seen you going and started off with the.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Hip hop for the people. You guys actually heard that. So that's a small clip from my boys right here, which my brothers, the founding fathers. One of their clip songs, which you will listen soon for a full track of it. But before I move forward to the sponsors, Mr. Brox, go ahead and tell them about the Hip Hop for the People soundtrack that you actually want to put out there, sir. Just go ahead and let them know what it's about.
Oh, well, you
PBR
know.
moment.
Yeah, you know, cracking brews over here. But Black and Brown Movement, you know, hip hop for the people. It's the clothing line. Brother Marcus, tell them where they can find us.
You can find us everywhere. We worldwide. That's the mission.
That's
You know,
Facebook, Hip Hop for the People,
Positive Mind Apparel, Black and Brown Movement,
Hip Hop
Facebook,
for the People on
Instagram.
Hip Hop for the People on Volusion, and also on GoDaddy.com. It'll be fully up and fully active in a minute. I'm still putting that up, so it'll be tight. But
Yeah,
be
so
looking for that. Check it out.
That song was basically dedicated to
The people.
the people, dedicated to
The culture.
the clothing line that we started,
The
you know,
music. The real.
It's dedicated to all of that, and so that's where that song comes from. It's part of our latest project we've been working on, and you'll be hearing some of those songs, and we'll be leaking those on the podcast. You've heard maybe a couple to this point, and
It's fire.
yeah, that's another single coming out on that project, and so you'll be hearing some more of that coming up. But yeah, so man, sponsors, man.
All right, is we go ahead and actually put our sponsors out there. Want to go ahead and actually
Sponsors.
that Brass Monkey.
Brass Monkey.
That funky monkey. Brass monkey, funky. That funky monkey.
I want to go ahead and thank Brass Monkey over here for promoting right here on Black and Brown Movie Radio Podcast. So go check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, go ahead and see them at 659 South Mariposa Avenue between Wilshire, Mariposa, and Normandy. Go
Get
over
them
there
pastrami
Monday through
tacos.
Thursday happy hour, which is 4 to 7. $4 margaritas, $1.50 tacos, which is their
Pastrami.
and also they got $4 domestics, $5 imports within those happy hours. So also karaoke starts from 5 p.m. and on. So make sure you guys go there and sing your ass off, crack up a beer,
And
fucking
get
go sing
funky.
over
Get
there.
jiggy with it.
Funky, get jiggy with it.
You know?
Get
And
Brass
also-
Monkey Punky.
There you go. And also want to go ahead and actually thank Mr. Jesse Coba for talking.
Jesse
Cuba.
That's another one right there. That's my brother right there. Make sure I appreciate. Actually, I had one person that heard the podcast. Actually booked Mr. Kova because
that's
they
what's
heard
up.
it. Yep, and it was very
Yeah.
a lot of respect for that. We appreciate you, and Mr. Kova, we appreciate you for actually endorsing us. So
And looking out for that person that
Yep.
came through from hearing it on the podcast.
That's right. So once again, hit up Mr. Jesse Kova, JesseKovaPhotography.com. Call him up at 323-792-6792.
And tell them Devious referred you.
There you go. Right now he's in Mexico doing a wedding. But he'll be back, but he call him up, hit him up, and he
gets
lovely.
he gets you dapper too, though, right?
Yeah,
Fresh suits and
he'll get you
tuxedos.
dappered up with his tuxedo shop up in Downey. He'll give you more information of the location of his tuxedo shop for proms, for weddings, for quinceañeras, for Sweet 16, whatever you guys would like, and also for photography, videography. He has it at all, baby showers, to
Proms.
graduations, the whole shebang.
That's what's
Boing
up.
boing.
It's for shebang boy. Yep. And I also wanted to go ahead and say this one word. I want to actually say this, by the way. It's hard to cut everything.
Hey, you can't forget a Scala.
Yeah, Scala. Also Scala. Don't forget Scala as well. 6 in Kenmore. Yeah, I want to go ahead and actually thank DJ Chino for giving his opportunity now to go ahead and actually endorsing us and promoting.
All right, folks. So, man, we went to the show. It's Ras Kass, Bishop Lamont show. It's Bishop Lamont's birthday. Real dope show. They had a live band there. Silky D was there. Universal Hip Hop Museum representative. We were there. We had a great time. And
Rabbit was there from the
Rabbit.
B-side show.
That's what's up. Rabbit from the B-side
Namek
show.
was there.
Yeah, we got an interview with Namek, and we were blessed to get an interview with Ras Kass and Bishop Lamont. So we're gonna go ahead and play that interview for you right quick, and go ahead and check that out. And then we'll be back shortly, and then after that we'll go ahead and drop the Namek interview for you. Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast.
Hey, I'm right here at this Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast. I'm right here with the legend right here, Ras Kass, another West Coast legend. Bishop Lamont, happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sir.
Real quick, man, how does it feel, man, to do the show right here in your hometown in Ciarson, man? How's that feel?
It was so, for me, I know him. He irritates me. He affects me. It's really funny. So I end up laughing like, it's like Hex. I don't know.
Oh,
he's a dick. He just he bothers me.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't be the same person I am. But that's what it's about. And it's like how to be professional when you care about somebody. It's really interesting.
Oh.
That shit's funny as fuck.
You both still did your thing, man. It was nothing but feel. It was nothing but love. It was, you know what I'm saying? I felt the love between you two, you know what I'm saying?
This is my big bro, man. This is my hero. I wouldn't be the lyricist without him. When I came to Carson, I moved from Compton to Carson, and I heard him, Won't Catch Me Running, Remain Anonymous, and I heard him do some drops on the beat. And I was like,
that was that
I'm in
Watts, my
trouble.
nigga. I'm the Watts baby, so I'm always giving up to. You heard that, all that Won't Catch Me Running is Watts. So, Ciarson and Watts. But I don't like that narrative. He was Compton. I'm watching Carson.
Hey, bro, I started in South Central, bro.
Okay.
All right, just for your information, bro.
I'm an East Sider then. I'm Watts, baby.
Hey, it's all love, baby. It's all West Coast,
But
man. You guys
man,
are legends
I celebrate
lyrically.
this guy, and I'm a fan first before I'm anything else. I wouldn't be the artist I am without him. So it's about working together and building great things with great people. Not only is he a phenomenal artist, but he's a great man. See, it's one thing to be what you be on stage. San Diego in the house. Uh-oh. Get home.
So, you know what I'm saying? How's it feel to be a legend, man, out here in this West Coast? I seen you East Coast, West Coast, all over the place, man. You just lyrically the shit, man. How does it feel, man?
Brother, nobody wants to be a legend. I think that is, that's something you can never call yourself.
Okay. I call you it.
It's something that you look at the people around you. But I think I know a lot of legends. I think I've been blessed to be around some of the strongest, good and bad, greatest artists of my time.
Right.
Because what I'm built of is the same chemistry.
Right.
So I've been able to be one of the greatest amongst some of the worst.
Message.
Okay. That's
And
what it is.
why
I heard
love
you
him
saying
even
that a
more.
lot.
That's why I love him even more, because he's so humble.
Yeah.
Top 5. Period.
Yeah. No,
Period.
that's off the
Period.
top for me
Period.
right here. This
But I
West
love
Coast,
that.
man. This is Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast. Real quick, man, what do you guys think about the whole Black and Brown thing?
Man, we've been pushing for the black and brown thing, and that's what we represent. And that's
This
what
our
it's about
city.
tonight. This is our city, and that's what it consists of.
Our city, first of all,
Yeah.
I need to bar them out on this.
Yeah, bar 'em.
Ciarson, when I named it over 30 years ago, our city was 20% 20% Mexican, 20% black, 20% white, 20% no, Pacific Islander,
Pacific Islander.
and then 20% other.
Right.
We came from the city that my mother told me, from her understanding, because she worked for the city of Los Angeles downtown, she said she moved here because she heard they were doing an experiment.
Thank you.
Right.
That our city was the experiment. They thought we would kill each other.
Get home safely.
And it didn't happen.
And then we
It's that
fell in
IMC,
love.
that international multicultural. Because everybody, right? Worldwide. All love. No borders, no boundaries, no limits.
Ciarson is the beginning of any other multicultural thing out here in Southern California. Like, they did it. I remember when they were literally fucking pumping oil.
Yeah.
My mother worked for the city. All her predictions were always right.
Right.
She said they thought you couldn't put black, brown, white,
Together.
Filipino,
Right.
Japanese, Chinese together. They kill each other racially. That Carson was the experiment, and it's the best experiment ever because everybody's civil.
Right.
I just don't think my city knows what it really is. I think
Hip hop has always brought everybody together. It's universal, right?
You know, Carson is bigger than hip hop.
So we got to cut the video. We got to cut the interview short because we got to get something to eat. And he got to get home. So we'll do a part
much
2.
Much love, man. Much love. I got your number, man. I'm hit you up, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate the show. Black and Brown Movement Radio
you,
Podcast. Happy birthday, man. Bishop Lamont, brother.
Thank you for being here.
All right now. All right, brothers.
Yeah, that
I
was
hit you
a
up.
Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast interview with Ras Kass and Bishop Lamont. Bishop Lamont's birthday that day, and you know, dope brothers right there. Ras Kass, one of the dopest underground MCs in Cali and you know the LA area, and so C. Arson and whatnot. So got to give him mad props. And Bishop Lamont, another class act, another underground hip hop head. Yeah, man, real cool cat. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and drop this Namek interview on you right quick. Brother Namek, man, we've been running with this cat for a minute. He messes with
Buddy Boy Entertainment.
Yeah, Buddy Boy Entertainment, Cocaine, another underground LA legend. And so go ahead and check out this interview with Namek right quick.
Yo, this is a Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, Black and Brown Movement TV. I'm right here with my man Namek, man. This cat right here is underground legend out here in LA, man. He be messing with cocaine and a bunch of other underground and other heads out here. And catching him over here at this Ras Kass Bishop Lamont show. Just wanted to give him a chance to let the people know what he got going on right now, and shout out himself, man, with this Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast.
Yeah. Much love, y'all. Black and Brown Radio Podcast. We out here in Carson right now. You know, shout out to Ras Kass. Happy birthday, Bishop Lamont. Shit is proper right now. Shit is active. Shit is popping, man. So, you know, we showing love right now. I'm out here just chilling, man, with my peoples. We came through from a Friday night sesh out there in Canoga Park. You know how to do the do real quick. Shout out to DJ Havoc, everybody out there making that shit happen in Canoga Park in that Friday night session. All these little sessions out here with the THC and the 710 shit enhanced. You know, like I'm really proud of everybody doing that shit, man. Just keeping the medical shit proper because we all need to stay medicated, homie. So yeah, but right now we chilling, man. We're right here at the bar. I got my last little drink on and I'm just showing love right now, homie. Once again, shout out to Ras Kass, shout out to Bishop Lamont, man. Nothing but love, homie. And shout out to all the acts before that too. That was some dope ass shit, some bands, homie. It's all about that soul, that jazz. And I seen it today. I'm not sure what the band's name was and shit, but it's all good. It's all great. But yeah, I'm out here, homie. Nammy Nams. I just dropped a project, Namsterdam, under the OG Cocaine's label. Big up to my big brother Cocaine, dog. I appreciate the love. I appreciate you believing in the boy. It's just been mad cool, homie. You know, that's what it is, homie. Just bringing the black and brown together. And really getting it going, dog. From promoting the West Coast, and really letting these cats know this G-Funk shit will never die. Shout out Cocaine, dog. Shout out the homie fucking Ras Kass on the album. You know, we got Roscoe the Dogtown. I got the OG bassist Payback. Play bass for classic cuts like Indo Smoke with Nate Dogg, Warren G, and Mr. Green. Played the bass on numerous West Coast, West Side Connection cuts and shit, man. So shout out to my OG bassist Payback on the cuts, man. And it's just, I couldn't be more happy with this album, Amsterdam. It's the essence of G-Funk. I'm glad to be a part of it, and I'm glad that the OGs accept the boy and really know that I'm not bullshitting. I'm really with it. And I like to call it lyrical G-Funk at the end of the day because I'm an underground artist too. You know, fucking with Abstract Rule and the Freestyle Fellowship and all the Project Low Cats. from doing that to really now fucking with cocaine and more of the West Coast gangster motherfuckers. But I just appreciate the fact that they all fuck with me. They know I ain't faking the funk. I rhyme about what I live, and I live about what I rhyme, homie, and it is really what it is, homie. So shout out to everybody fucking with me. That's what it is, my G's. Amsterdam, out now. Got that shit on iTunes, Amazon, or just holler at me at a show. At the end of the day, lace me out with a blunt, I'll probably hook you up with a free album. I got you. Good luck. We out here. Black and Brown Movement.
That's what's up, man. That's the homie Namek right there, man. Go get his album, man. Go cop that in Amsterdam. That's what's up, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, iTunes, Spotify, all the, websites you can catch it at. We right here at the Soul Venue, man, out here in Carson, C. Arson, like as my boy Ras Kass said. Happy birthday, Bishop Lamont, man. It's Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, man. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace, love.
Peace.
Yeah, that was the interview with Namek, man, at the Ras Kass and Bishop Lamont show. Birthday celebration for Bishop Lamont. Dope show. We had our brothers Ivan C. and Brandon Bradford there, Double B.
That was a phenomenal show, especially Brandon's favorite band of all time.
RBX.
Oh, yeah,
RBX was in the house, man. If
Yeah,
you wasn't
man.
there to see that, y'all niggas missed a lot. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, they had the live band jumping off, man. We was having a bunch of libations jumping off. We was all feeling good. And then what we do from there? Marcus put together some project for us.
I shot my first video, little YouTube promo for my man Legend from Springfield, Illinois, while he was here in the city, holding it down over at the B-side set. You know what I'm saying? At their studio location and shit with Dania, California, Sexy Self, and my man, the head of the spot.
Oh yeah, Big Eugene.
Yeah, Big Eugene.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
My man Oso, who's the manager of Legend and shit.
Yeah,
holding it down, representing hip hop for the people.
That was a good night into the
Got
morning.
a chance to put some of my photography skills and shit into play.
Yeah, it was
in the cut production
dope.
style.
Speaking of which, we'll go ahead and shoot some of them pictures from that night. Some video we got from that night, and you'll be seeing that in the slideshow for this podcast here. Now we about to move into sports, man. You know what we do every time we talk about sports?
Which we go to our
top five. Nah, man, you guys are early, but it's all right. You guys are missing the point, man. What do we do when we talk about sports? What do we talk about?
Lakers.
Yeah, man.
Why?
Man,
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you gotta get up out of here. You ain't no Laker fan,
Crack
man.
up
Pull
your
all
damn
your
beers
change.
and drink about the Lakers and drink about the whole dang sports, man. Let's
Man,
just
you know
drink up.
they went 2-2 on their little last road trip, whatever. But they had a good game against Cleveland and overtime loss against the Unicorn, Porzingis or whatever. But Lonzo's getting he's getting his game in order, and B.I. was doing his thing and whatnot. Yeah, they had the whole little media controversy when LeBron, pulled Lonzo to the side after the game. And
Did you see how they overhyped that bullshit?
they did. They
Oh
really
my
did.
goodness.
Well,
Lonzo was getting some good words from the
and
quote unquote
the way LeBron
king.
pulled his jersey
King.
over his mouth so people couldn't see what he was saying, kind of thing,
I
and
did
read the
respect
lips.
that.
No, I respected it too, but that's what caused the whole, oh, what was he saying to him? And, then afterwards, LeBron was like, I ain't say nothing. And Lonzo was saying, I didn't say nothing, whatever. But,
He told him to keep his fucking focus and keep fucking grinding, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly what he told him.
He said, stop being a bitch and come on.
He said everything else is white noise. He's like, don't
He
get
said,
caught
fuck
up
the
in
white noise.
Yeah, don't get caught up in that, man. Just keep doing your thing. And so, that was good to see. And,
Homage to the young rook.
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real here. What he really told fucking Lonzo was, hey, man, listen. LeVar, your dad, he ain't shit. Just keep playing basketball. That's what he said.
And then he said, I'll see you next season after free
real.
agency. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, so
I
that's
still ain't with that. Fuck that shit.
That's the
He
late.
probably did tell him, hey, I'm going to see you next season, right?
Yeah,
Fuck
nope.
you.
We'll see
Like
what
I said,
happens.
Go to
Hold
Philly,
on.
nigga, beat it.
I
Lakers
think
for
I think he's
real.
gonna stay in Cleveland.
We already
personally.
went through the Shaq era, $120 million. If you ain't coming for the love of purple and gold, fucking keep pushing.
True.
West, nigga. El Ganger don't bang.
True that. You know, and then we got the El Doyers. You know, they little off season. We still hurting. We still hurting from the game
I ain't
7.
heard. Mad.
Disappointed, hurt. Game 7 loss in the World Series.
Bullshit.
You
And
know.
I ain't surprised.
Politics
Hey,
and trickery.
hey, don't talk about Aegon. But yeah, Aegon's gone. You know, we shedding
Culberson's
salary
gone.
right now. Culberson's gone.
Casimir's gone.
McCarthy, you know.
Big contracts, 10 million,
Yeah,
20
they're
million.
just shedding the money
getting
right
rid
now.
of that money.
The last 5 years have been over the MLB's
Luxury
threshold of
tax.
197 million, I think, and they've been paying that luxury tax.
Getting that ass whooped
You
in
know,
the
we
pocket.
got a good core that got us to Game 7
Say
of the World
excuse me.
Series. So,
Oh, see, that's what you drink.
con
Say excuse
permiso,
me.
con permiso.
Con permiso, excuse me.
Yeah, so
That's what happens.
On
to
the
people
air, I
like-
say.
you know, the
Sorry,
Dodgers
we're live, ladies and gentlemen.
and yeah, so that's that with them, and you know, we still kind of halfway to 3/4 of the way boycotting the NFL, and I know my brother Marcus don't want to talk about him.
We got fucking robbed
Yeah,
today
he don't wanna
by
talk
the
about that.
NFL.
bullshit ass Brady and the
You guys are
fucking
in second
Patriots
place.
and they red, white, and blue
Steelers are
bullshit.
still second place overall in NFC.
But they got cheated
AFC.
though, man. Straight up. I'm not even a Steeler fan, but dude,
Touchdown,
they got cheated,
motherfuckers.
man.
Touchdown.
And,
Fuck
and
all
I'm
you
just
Cowboy
tired of all the
fans
controversy
and
that
everybody not keeping it
surrounds
real.
Brady and that surrounds the
them.
bullshit ass Patriots, man. I'm
Fuck
tired
the
of
league
their ass.
too.
I am so tired of their ass.
Yeah. I know.
You know, my boys
Also,
is out.
when it comes to sports, I just want to switch it up right quick into wrestling. Oh yeah, dig it. I just wanted to say right quick that you know what?
I couldn't help it.
Of course.
'Cause I used to watch that WWF shit.
Hey, you know,
And that
I'm a big
AMA
wrestling
Classic.
fan. But I actually want to give props out to Alexa
Ricky Steamboat.
Bliss and Sasha Banks. They're the first
Macho
women.
Man
in-
Savage.
Supply snooker.
Oh, wait, well, hold on.
George Animal
hold
Steel.
on. Hold the fuck up. I just want to give props
Go on, man. Go on.
to Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks. They made history. They were the first women in history to actually wrestle in Dubai. You know, in Dubai, and you know the AUE over there, they don't allow women to wrestle or to do anything. They're supposed to be housewives. Periods in Dubai.
Yeah, they're supposed to be covered up and.
Yep.
you
No,
know,
they were covered up because they had to wear bodysuits because they're not
Oh.
supposed to show their skin.
Oh.
But they wrestled.
So they
What-
respected that part of it.
And that was a lot of respect because the crowd was cheering, there is hope, there is hope, there is hope.
Okay.
Women over there. So you know what? Shout out to both of them because they made history. That is the first
That's
time.
cool.
That is
Yeah,
the first
that
time
is
that's
cool.
a professional sport that ever happened. You know, even though we know it's entertainment, but he had two females that actually showed the world out there, especially in Dubai, that they treat women like garbage. And hey, look, if we could do this before in front of these people, why they can't do it?
Yeah.
Why did it be covered up? Why did their face gotta be covered?
Oppression.
You know,
Yeah.
like why make the women oppression of that? You know,
Yeah, that's
so
a big thing.
it's a big thing. That's why I bring that up because they made history. No other sport has done that. Not in Dubai.
Right.
Never.
That's
Never.
what's up. That's what's
So
up.
that's why they're the first ones to do it. And kudos to them.
Anybody got anything else in sports before we move to the top 5?
Jaguars make the playoffs.
After what? 10
10
years?
years.
That is pretty big.
I called it.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't I say it?
Yeah.
We
Didn't
told
I say
you,
it?
B. Bortles ain't garbage.
Bortles is trash. Get out of here.
Hey,
Get out of here.
they still making it to the playoffs though.
Are they?
After 10
Yeah.
years,
Where are they
man.
going? When they get there, where are they going?
They already
Hey,
clinched.
you
They
gotta,
gonna- are they gonna
man.
win the
You
first
gotta
game?
crawl before you can walk.
Are they
man.
gonna win?
I don't know.
That's the question.
We
I
don't care.
know. Don't care.
You
Yeah,
don't
they
know?
not my team.
Topic of
Huh?
sports.
Yeah,
Current
see,
event, fucker.
Yeah,
No, they're not
you
your
know.
team. I know. You. If anything, man, look, we're
This
talking.
narcissistic ass nigga over here.
Are we
man.
talking? We're talking about the
Fucking devil's
Jaguars and
advocate,
Blake Bortles
Mr.
over fucking
Nelly Negative over here.
Over Mr. the bad man that he is, Aaron Rodgers, and the fucking
He's back.
Green Bay Packers are not gonna even make it.
Shit, they still in the hunt.
Yeah, we're done here.
Well, I mean, the 49ers actually won, what, 3 games this season or something? You could talk shit about my Packers all you want, but until your 49ers get back to
the 40-winers.
Any kind of a fucking record.
All NFL teams, because I am no longer an NFL fan. Fuck the NFL. Fuck them. Fuck the NFL.
I feel you, but we
So you
can't
just
keep
own
sucking Kaepernick's dick that much. You know what I'm saying?
I just represent and feel what Kaepernick has represented for my people.
He got his acknowledgement.
That's all it is.
Cover page.
Yeah, he got his award from Beyonce.
He was also on the
Wasn't
cover
that
page
ironic?
of Time.
He got his award from presented to him by Beyonce.
That wasn't ironic. It was bullshit.
He's on the cover of the Time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought it was a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
All it does is kind of,
it
makes me wonder.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of tarnishes it, right? A little bit. But hey,
the Muse.
All right.
Anyways.
Yeah, I think we're done.
So anyways,
with
with that,
we're done with sports.
all I know
think.
is the NFL right now, the AFC's looking great. And AFC's looking great. No.
What else? What you got? What you got?
We haven't really covered, the things
Talk
that's been going
about
on
it, talk
with
about it, talk
LaMelo
about
and
it.
LiAngelo Ball being in Lithuania now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We haven't talked
Bring
about
it, brother.
how they're going out there and how they're being set up for fucking failure. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because the
How
coach
they're-
over there don't
how
even
they're
speak
being-
English.
Yeah, how they're being set up to go play with a coach who doesn't speak English, who has
Does
no
not
fucking,
choose to learn.
Has no fucking reason to ever want to learn it. Doesn't even want. He doesn't want to do anything. So therefore, they need to learn all their gameplay from their teammates. And who knows if their teammates are gonna really treat them fairly? They're Americans. You know, a lot of motherfuckers got problems with Americans.
Do I feel bad for them though?
Not.
Not at all.
Let me tell you why I feel bad for them. Because it's not
they
their
daddy?
doing. It's not their doing.
It is fucking LaMelo's doing.
It's not their doing.
It is LaMelo's doing. He'd be
He did a
on the
thieving.
bench for UCLA right now if he didn't go do that dumb shit in China.
Stupid
LiAngelo.
fuck.
LiAngelo, I don't give a fuck.
not
LaMelo,
LaMelo.
LiAngelo,
Not
Lonzo,
LaMelo.
LeVar, all them
LaMelo,
L-ass, loser-ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, we can't throw LaMelo
Big
in there.
baller-ass, fake-ass motherfuckers.
We can't throw LaMelo in there. LaMelo's
Okay.
the youngest kid, and he's just
Okay,
being dragged into the
LiAngelo.
shit.
LiAngelo.
Okay?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right about that because we had this
Yeah, he's
conversation
getting a
before.
bad deal.
Yeah, he's getting the
LiAngelo,
raw deal.
LiAngelo is grown now in the eyes of the
Stupid.
law,
18.
and he fucking made
Did
a
some
dumbass
dumbass
decision and fucked his shit off. So, he probably doesn't have much of a choice to go do that shit either right now because of what he did. I feel bad. I do feel bad for LaMelo.
Yeah, because he
I
got
do
put
feel
out
bad for
AAU.
Because his daddy's making decisions for him right now because he's not grown. And I think, you don't know if he wanted to go play for, college even for a year or whatever. You don't know if he wanted to go play in Luther. You don't know what he wanted to do. All we know is what LeVar tells us.
I support especially a melanated man. You know what I'm saying? Looking out for his sons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything like that. But I can honestly look
Fuck
at
up the
the
education.
situation now, and I see that he's he's making some really dumb decisions
At
right
the
now.
comment you made, we had a conversation before. And I think the comment you made, which makes sense and I agree with, is how the progression, because they're spotlighted and we see and hear everything that they do and say, the progression of LeVar that we've seen and where we are to this point is what's got, I think, all of us on the same page is, okay, yeah, it's your kids and you got the right to do whatever you want to do, but us as all three, at least anyway, being fathers, don't agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you really doing? Like, you doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let your kids be, man. You gotta let them live their life and do what the hell they want to do. It's not
Choice.
you start making it look like you trying to live through them kind of thing.
That's exactly what he's
Living
doing.
is what is happening.
That's exactly what he's doing.
And or exploit them and come up off of them and make sure that you can retire cool while they putting in all the work type shit.
But what we also need to do is throw some accountability at the kids as well. Yes, he's your dad. Respect what your dad, respect him always.
But take a
also,
stand.
let him know, like, look, man, you fucking shit up for us.
Yeah.
We need you to shut the fuck up and go sit down somewhere.
Right.
We got this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They need to open their fucking mouths and let them know, like,
Stand
damn.
up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude,
Well, we don't know.
We love you, but hey, let us
we
do
don't
our
know
thing.
if they
you know
have
what
or
I'm saying?
haven't, or what they have or haven't said. But yeah, I mean, I agree completely. I do agree. So, what else? I mean, because you said there was so much more to discuss in the
Yeah,
course.
there's a lot to discuss. I mean, we didn't really go into the whole Lakers shit. I mean, come on, man, Lakers, guys.
Okay. What
Lakers
you got
doing
on it?
pretty
What
good.
you got on it?
Bi. All y'all motherfuckers out there talking shit about Bi. Saying, I
Right,
don't know.
right.
I'm looking at Bi right now. And I'm like, what y'all got to say now?
Yeah.
Okay, what y'all got?
Franco.
As a matter of fact, what y'all niggas got to say about Julius Randle? Okay, what else y'all got to say about our boys? Okay, what y'all got to say about Jordan Clarkson, the #1 underrated player who has been giving us the most fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Off the bench.
Off the bench, you know what I'm saying? He's been on
Yeah,
top
I mean,
of his shit.
he said it. He's put it in the media. He wants to be the sixth man of the year.
Let me
he's
tell you
shooting for
one
that.
thing right now what the Lakers are doing. Right now the Lakers are phenomenal right now what they're playing. I love Jordan Clarkson. He's coming off the bench and progressing points. He's averaging he's averaging over 10 points, or close to 20 points. Plus sometimes over 20 points. Julius Randle, I would not get rid of him. Is it unfortunate that they don't want to, we don't know if they're going to resign him or not. That we don't know yet. But think about this. This guy is tough on the paint. He progresses on the paint. Not even Lopez can do that as a starter. Not even who's our fourth man in the starting lineup, which is what? Who is it? Larry Nance Jr., am I correct? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, he's a 4, right?
Yeah.
He has the 4, right? He has the power. And see, now, Randall can play the 4 or the 5.
What about Kuzma, though?
No, Kuzma, I'm not this, no, that's another one. Cruise control is another one.
Cruise control.
Right now, the
I still
second unit.
I still call him the Steel. That's my nickname.
look,
He is the steal.
All I know is this. Agree with me or not, all of you. I will say this. I will re-sign KCP. Why? Because he's now found his rhythm, and he found his chemistry that he has. Been balling out ever since he had that starting 5, which is KCP, obviously, Ingram, Ball, fucking Lopez, and Nance. So now he got a great chemistry with those starting 5, and they've been killing. KCP been killing. Right now he can't go, traveling outside of out of Cali because.
Hey, Boston, we'll give you Lonzo Ball for Kyrie.
Oh no. No. Kyrie's fine where he's at.
I like Kyrie's game, but I'm not making that trade.
Nah.
So it's gonna take time. I will not get rid of none of these players what we have right now. Maybe obviously Lil Dang, which he's still in the process to get out of our books. Which he needs to go. But actually,
we keep him.
No, if we keep him, we can spread out his contract
And benefit.
Yeah, we'll benefit. We can spread it out like 10 years.
Yeah.
And he'll stay, employed by us. Of course, he's not ever going to play again, but he'll still continue to get paid like, a couple million, few million. Lou Dang. Because,
why not?
Because no one else is going to take him unless, you know what I'm saying?
We just waive that nigga.
Well, we can't waive him because we got to eat his contract.
Yeah, you can't waive him.
Yeah, but we got to pay him.
No.
Amnesty.
We can waive him, and somebody pick him up in a certain amount of time. They'll pick up his money, and we don't have to pay him.
Who's going to do that?
Nobody.
Many people would pick up Lou all
Who?
day.
Give me an example.
Magic could
That's
probably
the
pick his
case,
ass
we can
back
trade
up.
him.
Magic for what?
Fucking Trailblazers could fucking use Lou all day. Fucking
No.
If that was the
Come
case,
on,
we'd
dude.
be able to make
They
a
can't-
trade.
None of these teams
The
you're talking
Charlotte
about,
Hornets can use
they
Lou all
can't
day.
afford him. None of these teams you're talking about can afford him.
Really?
They're all small market teams. Every team you mentioned.
Actually, no. Portland could afford him because Portland actually do have a lot of money.
Seriously, nobody wanted to go to Portland.
What kind of business sense does that make? You're talking about the owners of Portland Trailblazers are the same people.
Gonna make a trade with us?
No, they're not. No, they're the same
because
people.
what he's saying is that if we able to waive him, He's saying that Portland is only the majority that are able to pick him up because Portland has the most money. So New
How
Orleans.
does that benefit them, though?
Well, that's
It
something
doesn't.
we don't know. We're not talking about Portland. We're talking about the
Listen,
Lakers.
listen.
What three do Portland? What three does Portland have right now? You tell me a three that is a threat.
You're not.
right now
You're
in
not
Portland.
thinking of the point that.
They got a 3.
Who?
Listen.
I don't know his name, but they got a 3.
No. Listen,
So, Luau
listen.
Deng, that's a name. There you go.
You're losing your mind right now because no matter where he goes,
I mean, they got-
whoever
they-
can
they got
use him, he is not worth the money that we paid him.
Straight up.
He's not, to be honest. He's
So
But that money has dwindled since then.
how?
What do you mean since then? He's been in.
He-
He's been on that contract for like 3 years already. So he's
But
not
it
making
doesn't
that much
matter.
money anymore.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't go like that.
Yes, it does.
No, you get a contract worth $100 million for 5 years, and it's $20 million.
Spread out.
Each
Each
year
year.
that passed by, you lose money. But you've been paid that money.
No,
So now this is
no,
like
you're
going on to
talking
what, the
about
second or third
you're talking
year?
about a backloaded contract. You have a
This is number
backloaded
3.
contract, a front-loaded contract, and a flat contract. You know that it's a backloaded contract?
Contract.
A
I don't understand.
backloaded contract means you get paid less in the front of the contract and more in the back. A front-loaded contract means you get paid more
Sure,
in the
more
front
in the front
and
than the
less
back.
in the
Yeah,
back.
okay, so what
Or
do
you
you
get a
get?
flat contract where you're getting paid the same amount
Okay,
throughout.
Yeah. Okay, well, he's getting paid. This is something.
Do
he's
you
getting
know
paid
what kind
yearly.
of contract he has?
Yes, the contract that he got paid is, look, we were giving you a 4-year contract for 40 plus mil or whatever, 60 plus mil, okay?
65, yeah.
There's a 65 years. So
Yeah.
each year, you, like, what is it, like 10 mil down each year or something like that. So that means that he would be what, at about
He
20
is-
mil for the next couple years, something like that?
Which
So if
means
he's
you're
there-
still $10 million a year.
Yeah, but
He is
So
not
you're telling me
worth
that they-
$10 million a
Okay,
year.
I'm not saying that he's worth that. What I'm telling you is that they can afford that.
Not at all.
That's what I'm telling you. They can afford that.
It does
No.
just because you can afford it doesn't mean you would go
Waste
and
money.
do something, waste money, and do something that doesn't make business sense.
It's all about
it's still a business in the end.
It's all about team needs at that point. Team
We don't need him.
I'm not talking about us, damn it. I'm talking about the other
We the
team.
one got the contract problem.
No, he's
Okay.
talking about Portland.
No, I'm not talking about Portland. I'm talking about any other team that can use his services.
They
That's what
would
I'm
have
talking
to be able to afford him.
I
and-
would say Portland could
And you
afford him.
telling me that teams can afford 10 million?
No, they could afford it, but he's not worth it. So why
No
would
one's
you?
gonna
Why
pay
would
it.
you do it?
Oh my god. I know he's not worth it, but what I'm telling you is that there are teams that could use his
So what you're
services.
saying does not make sense.
It makes perfect sense. There are teams there that could use his services. Okay, it doesn't matter what we think he's worth. It matters about what they think that can help their team at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
I see his perspective. He's
So
saying the
why?
nigga,
So
you know,
why
if he
anybody
go to-
ain't contacted and say, you know what? We'll take on his
Because he
contract.
ain't throwing him out there. The Lakers haven't even put him out there like that.
Why are you fucking lying?
When has the Lakers put him out there?
Dude,
last
since
year.
the contract has been claimed as a stupid ass contract along with Mozgov's contract, who we were
Yes, but they
lucky
thought-
enough to get
guess who
rid
they
of.
wanted to get rid of Mozgov over his first.
Because
they didn't talk about
Mozgov-
Deng like that. They didn't ever talk about Deng like
You
that.
crazy.
They
You ain't,
didn't.
you don't be listening then.
I do. They didn't talk about
Both
Deng like that.
Mozgov and Deng have the same
bullshit contract.
bullshit ass contract.
Okay, but they didn't talk about Deng as much
Who's
as they
they?
talk about Mozgov.
Who's
I'm talking about
they?
the Lakers. They didn't talk about Deng as much as they talk about Mozgov.
Because-
they were trying to get rid of Mozgov's shit.
Because
sure.
his was worth more.
Okay, now for Deng, they fucking completely ignored him, and we're talking about mainly Julius Randle and Jordan Clarkson for the most part. They didn't even throw his name out there like that. They were like, what can we get for the pieces that we have that we can actually get something out of? Okay, we got Julius Randle, we got Jordan Clarkson. They didn't even throw fucking Luau Deng.
Because nobody would take his contract.
Somebody would.
Well, then
Somebody
why haven't
absolutely
they?
would, huh?
Then why haven't they?
Yeah, why haven't? I don't know. Ask him that.
Come on,
Ask
dude.
them that.
Just go on and say that I got you on that one, and let's move on.
Look, hey, he's still there in the team.
Hey, that's
And-
my
and
point.
look,
That's
the
my
thing
point.
He'd be
is, man,
smart to stay in
somebody
the
will grab his
team.
ass. Look, you guys, we act like he's old as shit. Luau Deng is only like 31, 32, bro.
But
In
he's
the
not,
league- hey,
he is
bro.
not worth the contract that we
Hey,
gave him.
listen, in the league, unless you got LeBron, Kobe type skills, 31's old, brother.
See, the problem is this, that nobody will take Luau Deng.
That's football shit. That ain't basketball.
Nah, I don't believe that.
Hold on. The reason why they won't take Luau Deng because, like how Brock said, it's just the fact that his price tag is expensive.
Too high.
It's too much. Nobody will take him.
It doesn't make business sense.
This guy's a role
Got
player.
salary caps.
That salary cap will fuck them over.
Yeah.
And because he's a bench role player, he's not a starter no more. I'm sorry.
Even when he was playing for us, he wasn't doing that great.
No. I'm not talking about us.
Disappointment.
I get it, but I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the Lakers. I'm talking about like overall. Like he already did his time in Chicago. He did great.
He's past his peak.
His time is already up.
Yeah.
You know.
He didn't do all that. He didn't do. You can make it seem like he did all his good playing in Chicago.
Yes,
That's
he
bullshit.
did.
He didn't do
He
shit
did.
for us.
Yes, he did.
Hey, Tom
What are you talking
Thibodeau
about?
used
Not
his
true.
he squeezed
Okay,
every last bit of shit out of him.
I'm gonna need you non-basketball fans to go back and look at his records in Miami. Thank you. Go back and look at his stats.
Miami.
Go look
We
at his
live when he
stats in
fell off the
Miami.
most.
We live in
Look at
America,
LeBron
right?
James' stats in Miami. They get back to me.
We live in America, right?
Look at his stats in
We live in
Miami.
America,
I am
and
not talking about
America is a
Miami.
democracy, right?
No, hold on.
And
First of all,
majority
hold
rules,
on.
right?
No, because you guys
So
just said
all
that
of us don't know basketball and you do?
He said you guys said Luau Deng, Chicago Bulls was dope, but
Yes.
that was it. Nigga, did you see his stats in Miami?
Yes, as a bench role
fell
player.
off.
As
He
a
fell
bench.
off. You see his stats
As a
in Miami?
bench.
He fell off.
As a bench.
He fell
But he
off.
fell
Would you like
off.
to bring it up right now?
He fell
Would
off.
you like to bring it up right now?
He fell off.
You're not bringing it up, so that means
ahead.
that
Go ahead.
Come on.
Let me show you a
So
bigger
you're telling
point.
me
Hold on.
he defied
Hold on.
he
Let me
defied
show you a bigger point.
age.
If his game was still at the point that it was, he wouldn't have ended up in Miami.
No,
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense because Miami was cool at that time. What do you mean?
Nigga, Chicago would have kept him.
No,
That's
because-
what I mean.
No,
It was
because-
clear.
No, Chicago didn't keep him because it was a contract thing. That's why they didn't keep him.
They would have
Because
paid
of the
him.
money shit. No, the same thing happened to Rudy Gay, so that makes no sense. Let's
Rudy
take that back.
Gay? Get outta
Memphis
here.
Grizzlies, same thing happened to Rudy Gay.
I'm sorry.
Contract shit, they
Hold on,
signed
hon.
it, they
Fell
did shit,
off.
And guess what? They were like,
Another
oh, well,
fell
you know
off.
what? We can lose this money. You know, Rudy Gay did not fall off. You're tripping. You are tripping. That's how I know you smoking something, nigga.
That's why
no,
he's
you
in Sacramento.
smoking something wrong, nigga.
That's why he's
You
in
tripping.
Sacramento.
You
Hey,
tripping.
this guy doesn't
You
believe in
tripping.
age. He thinks
No,
that,
no, no,
that
no,
as
hold on.
you get better as you
Rudy Gay
get
is only
older.
30 years old right now. What are you talking about? What?
Show me his numbers.
Oh, man,
Show me
no,
his
no.
numbers.
We gotta get off this NBA this NBA talk right now. We gotta stop it
Nigga's
right
making
now.
me
Yeah,
cry.
because you
We gotta
tripping.
stop it right now. This is
Yeah, 'cause
crazy.
you- yeah, you're right.
This
You're
is
right.
crazy
You
talk
crazy.
going on here.
Wait. First of all, you're forgetting that when Lou Deng left Chicago, when he went to Miami,
He fell off.
no, he didn't. He didn't because he was a bench role player. No, he was a bench
Bench,
role.
not a starter.
What the fuck?
he was a
For
starter.
wait, a
He
starter
was
for
a
a
starter
minute?
in Chicago for sure. I don't remember Miami.
Off the bench.
But let me tell you one thing, though.
Limited.
Let me tell you one thing, though. Remember, in Florida, it's tax free. Remember, tax free.
Make it seem like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I'm not.
Why would I be talking about this if I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about?
No.
What the fuck is going on here?
Ain't nobody said you don't know what you
Basketball,
talking about,
goddammit.
but what you talking
Sometimes
about?
you gotta
I
accept
love
that
it.
your
What
ass
you
is
talking
beat.
about in regards to Luau Deng's contract with the Lakers? You smoking crack?
I ain't smoking no
bunch.
crack.
You
I
smoking
didn't-
crack?
I
Bars,
didn't say anything
though.
about us.
You-
I
you
didn't say
try-
anything about us wanting to keep him or anything like that. All I said was that his contract is worth it for another team to be able to take. It's not a lot right now.
No.
Because he's already been on the contract with us for like 3 fucking years.
Too fucking
It's
much.
cheaper now. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
So
I'm just saying
again,
it's
all
cheaper
of
now.
it too
again,
much.
what you're trying to tell me is he had a front-loaded contract, but you haven't proven that because we don't know that for sure.
What do you mean a front load? No, it wasn't a front
You
load.
know-
It's
okay, so
year
you know
by year,
basketball, but
year
you
by
don't know
year,
business.
Year by year. Year by year.
That's what you're
Okay?
admitting. You know basketball, but you don't know
Look,
business.
Look, what I'm telling you is that his contract.
Can you answer that question for me
is
though?
What?
You know basketball, but you don't know business.
I know business. Okay, I know.
But then you just asked me what a front-loaded contract is.
I know what a front load and the back load. Plus,
then why did you ask the
plus
question?
Front, plus back flat. I know what all that shit means.
Then why did you ask me what is a
I'm
front-loaded
telling you-
contract?
No, what I'm telling you is that
This is recorded.
No, what you're asking me, what you're asking me, you don't even have an answer for it. You don't know if you got front loaded or back loaded, right?
No, I
You
don't.
know if
But
you
I
got
know what a
front-loaded
front-loaded
back-loaded,
or a
right?
back-loaded
I know
contract
what
is.
that means. I know what it means. But what I'm
But you
telling you is
just
you don't
asked
even
me
know
what it was.
But what I'm telling you is you don't even know what he got. So right?
You just asked me what it
Okay,
was.
so you're asking me a question that you don't know the answer
You're
to,
trying to
right?
bypass the question.
I'm not bypassing the question.
Why did you ask me what a front-loaded contract was?
No, I
if
know
you
what a
said-
front-loaded contract is.
Then why did you ask me what it was?
Because I'm being sarcastic because I think what you're talking about is completely stupid and makes no sense. Okay, we're not talking about a front load or back load. I'm going off of his contract, period. Okay?
You have to,
His contract
you
is
have
like
to
65 million.
recognize.
Hold on. He's trying to make himself. He's trying to make it make sense.
His contract-
and call me.
No.
Will say what I
didn't
said
say-
was stupid.
No, I didn't say that you were stupid.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that
You're
what we're talking
not
about-
listening.
Fellas.
What we're talking about has no. Huh?
You gotta wrap this up.
Oh yeah, we did. We kind of went off on the sports shit, didn't we?
But let's come on, get to it.
Sport. That's the point.
Yeah, this is the debate. This is a debate.
But you wrong though.
Huh?
You wrong.
I'm wrong about
You
what?
wrong. You're
Paying
wrong
him that
in
type of
the fact
money.
that you're trying to say that.
No, look, you guys are trying to tell me that his money that he got is justifiable. I didn't say that the money that he got is justifiable.
You
'cause
said some other
That's not what
team
we
should
said.
pay him that
no,
10 million.
I told you that he right now. The money that we paid him is not what he's worth now. Are you listening? Are you understand what I'm saying now? Do you
Dude,
understand
this
what I'm
thing is
saying?
recorded. When we go back and listen, you just said some other shit earlier. Now you flipping the shit up.
Okay, when we go back and listen to it, you're gonna be like, okay, now I
I'm
understand
gonna
what
see
he's saying.
that I'm tripping and that you was right.
No, it's not about who's right and who's wrong here.
You lost Plinko.
I'm very
Ladies
good-
and gentlemen, welcome to the Circle of Debate. That's my other new
I'm
show
a very
coming
good
up.
listener, homie.
Circle of debate.
Yep. Hey, welcome to. Hey, you guys gonna hear my own podcast, Circle Debate. Ivan C. You guys gonna hear it. It's all about sports. You guys gonna hear it pretty soon. Coming up next year in 2018.
So let's move on to the last topic of the day.
Hey, y'all niggas had me busted up right
You know what
now.
we call the last topic of the day, right? We call it the.
It's nothing but.
Oh, this guy. Party foul. Party foul. PBR all over the place.
No, it's ice.
Hey,
Look.
watch out.
No, because look, it's ice.
Don't put it on the deck.
What the fuck? I have no one to put it.
Okay, look, we're recording live right now, so.
Hold on, Jake.
Hey.
Buy me that towel.
Okay, I'll buy another towel.
Okay, so
They come in the set.
everybody
They don't-
listening right about now, I just want y'all to know this is like real ass shit right now. Like
I love y'all.
This motherfucker.
this is like some real reality ass radio right now.
It's not me. I'm sorry.
We got PBR spilling all over the studio.
Nice.
And apparently we got motherfuckers who's talking in me who doesn't know about salary caps and luau dang and shit. Contracts and front and backs and flats and shit. We don't know what the fuck is going on up in here.
Okay, all
Black
I
and
know
Brown
is the
Movement
last
Podcast,
segment
baby.
of the day is called Top
5.
And to all those listeners, we apologize for
This is
that
what
moment.
happens when you actually you crack a beer and fucking
Talk bullshit
talk
and
about
sports.
some bullshit.
Okay, so
Welcome to top 5, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen.
top 5.
Top 5.
Hey, it's your top 5, so you holler.
You know what? No, yeah. So this
Yeah,
top
what is
5
that shit?
topic for this evening will be the top 5 fucking badass players. Doesn't matter what kind of sport. It could be either football, soccer, NFL, basketball, hockey. It could be everything. So we actually gotta name the top 5 ruthless, don't give a shit type of 5 players. So now we're gonna go with Mr. Bradford going first. Top. You're starting it off. Go ahead, Russ. Go ahead. What's your number 1?
You want to talk about badass players? Really? Hard players? Number 1, Sean Taylor, baby. Y'all, I know y'all remember Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor,
Redskins, rest in
Redskins, killing niggas, running all over niggas. Rest in peace to my boy, man. That was, man, you know what I'm saying? Some sad shit, but you know what? You know, he left a legacy behind, man, a deep legacy of just killing niggas. Sean Taylor, number 1 on my list, okay? Badass, okay? Don't mess with that boy. Rest in peace, man. We know you're tackling niggas up above. It's all
Word,
good.
taking down them devils.
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, man. Man, we got tough people, man. You know what? I'm gonna throw Ray Lewis in there. Y'all remember Ray Lewis?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though nowadays, man, he be on some, all over the owner's penis and on some other, you know what I'm saying? You know what's up. Y'all done seen that shit. But
As a player though?
As a player,
yeah.
Dude was a beast. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He was a defensive beast. You know what I'm saying?
He was nasty with
tackling, taking quarterbacks out, all kind of shit. He was great. Okay. So I'm gonna move on to my number 3 spot. In basketball, we're gonna talk about the Diesel Donnie, Shaq, baby. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't be stopped. Couldn't stop the man. You're in the paint. You're getting dunked on. You're getting blocked here and there. Couldn't make no free throws for shit, but he made them when he needed to make them. For the most part, though, y'all know about Shaq. Dominant. Period. There was a time. Yeah, from college all the way through. There was a time where Shaq just couldn't be stopped. There was nothing you could do.
Nasty.
No, that's
Nothing
true.
you could do.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Nasty.
saying? Absolutely. So moving on from Shaq,
The big Aristotle.
the big Aristotle. That's the real shit. But yeah, we're moving on from Shaq, man. Dominant people out here. My number 4 is gonna be. You know what, man? I'm gonna put Beast Mode up in there. Marshawn Lynch, man. I mean, he used to fucking just truck. All he did was truck over motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That's all I seen him do. You know what I'm saying? Just run over people.
And then he clowns the media.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Huh.
I know y'all remember that.
hey, who else is a bigger badass than that? You know?
That's real. And number 5, this is gonna go into some wrestling shit. If you guys are into wrestling, as far as big badasses, I'm gonna give y'all one at least. And I'm gonna go ahead on and go with my boy Kane. Kane, baby.
Get the fuck out of here.
Kane, big badass, fucking all y'all up. Don't fuck with him. He gonna fuck up. Undertaker, he gonna fuck up. Big Show, whoever you throw at him, it don't matter. Choke slam, tombstone, it's over. Done.
Wait. Did he just fucking throw Kane in there?
He did.
Are
It's
you
your turn anyway, so
fucking kidding
you
me?
can.
You know
go
what?
on,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go. You know
Your
what?
top 5, yeah.
I'm gonna go my top 5. You want top boss on wrestling? You know my number 1 would be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
A can of whoop
Can
ass.
of whoop ass. That whooped the boss's ass. That whooped everybody's ass. Especially you remember when in the 1990 fucking 8 Royal Rumble when he whooped everybody's ass. He stunted everybody and their baby mamas. Before the Royal Rumble, he did that.
And he opened up a can of whoop ass.
He opened a can of whoop ass. He did all that. He stunned the boss.
Number 2.
Number two,
Stone Cold Stunner.
Better world peace, Ron Artest. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Who does not remember when it was
Detroit
and Indiana?
Indiana Pacer. There you go. Yeah.
He didn't give a shit. He was like, oh,
Red Man.
The best
He's
punch.
from St. John's.
But the best punch in that whole melee was
Jermaine.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Yep, Jermaine O'Neal.
Dude, this fool, he ran in and slid off the floor and punched the damn
seem like a fucking Street
fan
Fighter
who ended up.
fucking place.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. dude. That shit was dope. Yeah, I'll never forget that.
I
That shit
love
was
that
dope.
shit. I don't give a damn what nobody say.
Artest all up
Them-
in the stands.
Hey,
The
them fans
throwing
deserve what
beers
they
at us.
got.
That shit was crazy dope. Yeah.
Those fans deserve what they got. They overstepped the line.
They got the tickets worthwhile though. They got their money worthwhile.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
they did.
I got my ass whooped by a basketball player
On national TV.
Number
on
three.
national TV.
Number
shit.
3.
You know, number 3 actually would give it to Lawrence Taylor because he was a badass, man.
LT.
Was a badass, especially. Man.
Dig it.
I dig straight, man. There's nothing to say about him. There's just his performance and everything else explains it all. Number 4, of course.
He was a crackhead too.
It
Unfortunately,
happens.
it was a crackhead, but yeah,
You got too much money, shit happens.
that's what happens. Now, if you want to go, here's my top 4 that I'll go. Who's actually a badass? That would be.
Spit it out.
Sports.
Well,
Actually,
it's not an acting.
Tito Ortiz from UFC. Talked a lot of shit back in his prime.
Huntington Beach badass.
Huntington Beach bad boy.
Bad boy.
Tito Ortiz.
Blonde hair and
badass.
shit.
He talked
He
his
was
shit.
tough though. He was tough in the octagon.
But he proved it.
He held it down.
Even though when he got fucked up by, Chuck Liddell's Iceman.
He had a couple belts though. He did his shit.
Yep.
Number 5.
Top 5. Woo!
The Flairster.
Of course. Oh yeah, he was tough.
Ric Flair was tough.
Ric Flair was tough.
AMA all the way to the WWF.
He was a badass.
He was badass.
All the way from
Because
the AWA.
it's not just about being tough. It's about attitude. You know what I mean? And mentality and
He was it.
the whole package.
Hey, when it comes to wrestling, nobody had a better fucking attitude and fucking that walk.
That walking talk
Yeah,
type
you
of
fucking
status.
serious? And that robe he wore. Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
Nobody. I mean, the last
Respect to the Flairster.
person you saw was Buddy Rogers. Gorgeous George.
Just for the record, I am not a Ric Flair fan. Moving on.
All right.
Oh yeah, Double B is
That
not a Ric
guy.
Flair
It's on
fan.
you,
I'm
mad
a Ric Flair fan
verbal,
because
mad
of this.
scientist.
But go ahead.
Oh, you
Mr.
always go
Brock, ahead.
last. My bad.
I'm the oldest.
All right. My bad. So
Go ahead, Mad Verbals.
Big
All right.
brother almighty.
So I'm gonna share one with you. I'm gonna go from 5 to 1 on mine, and I'm gonna share one with you, Ivan C. Yeah. So
Fancy, huh? Fancy, huh?
my number
Fancy,
5
huh?
has got to be Ron Artest. That whole Detroit thing, and man, Malice at the Palace. That shit was crazy.
Malice at the Palace.
And you know what? He helped us in 2010 because
Woo
even
woo.
though he was a little bit later in his career,
World peace.
he ain't stopped being who he was, even though he changed his name. And if it wasn't for that East Coast mentality that he brought to the Lakers and, that
Our
hard,
enforcer.
when him and Kobe had issues when he was with Houston, and there was the whole talk of him possibly coming to the Lakers, he said, I need that enforcer. And, so
The bruiser.
2010 proved it, and when Kobe couldn't score
He
shit,
came through.
even though he had 15 rebounds that game, it was Artest with
the
20
big tray
points
bagger.
and a big 3 in that game that helped us win it. So he's my number 5. My number 4, I'm gonna switch over to football, and I don't know if you stole LT from me because I mentioned it earlier when we was talking about the top
Been
5.
there, done that.
But LT's number 4 for me, and that fool was
A beast.
definitely nasty. And
Honestly, for you, because you were right.
okay, so I don't know if you guys saw the movie Blindside. At the end of the movie, Sandra Bullock, who's playing the character of last name Tilly or Tully or whatever.
She was hot back in those days.
Yeah,
Still
but
hot,
she.
I was about to say,
they
she's
took
still
in
hot.
Michael Orr.
And you know she's a Chicana.
So on and so forth.
True.
And so, in her end speech of the movie, she said that I thank God for my son, and I thank Lawrence Taylor because of Lawrence Taylor, it created the need for every team to have a really good left tackle because he was on that right end. And if you didn't have a good left tackle,
You blindsided.
you know what I'm saying, you was gonna get blindsided, and that's what the whole movie was about. So LT, Lawrence Taylor, he's my number 4. I'm gonna keep it in football, and my next 2 are gonna be super nasty ass DBs. I'm gonna go in the modern era and go with your guys' 49ers and Ronnie Lott.
Damn it.
You know what I'm saying?
Stole my shit.
Hey, I'm just saying, somebody who's
Stole
gonna
my shit.
cut off their finger and still play in a game and cut it off because
You know what? I forgot about that. You're right.
I'm just saying that dude was
I actually
nasty,
forgot
man.
about
That dude was nasty, Ronnie Lott.
You're my brother,
you know what
but
I'm saying?
fuck you.
Hey, I'm just saying, dude.
That
Ronnie
was
Lott.
mine.
That's my number 3. My number 2 is gonna be another DB.
Great
and
minds think alike.
He's a little bit older, and he's a Raider, and his name was Jack Tatum. He was another sick
Paralyzer.
DB, another badass, and he paralyzed the player. So
New England Patriot.
I'm just saying that was pretty tough. You know what I'm saying? That's my number 2, Jack Tatum. My number 1, you know, I want to split them, but you know, I can't. I'm thinking about doing the whole team. I don't know if I can and or should.
Spit that damn
one
one
person.
out.
All right, the one, and it's a white boy. But
Hey, white boy.
Bill Lambier. I wanted to say the whole Bad Boys team and definitely Rick Mahorn, you know, but
Without Bill, they don't win.
Bill Lambier to me.
Yeah, Bill Lambier.
Who else was a better badass? You know what I'm saying? Bill Lambier. That's my number 1.
No doubt.
I'm done.
Interesting.
Mr. Scientist, now it comes down to you.
Ronnie Lott.
Looney Loot.
My man played in the middle of that black and yellow. He wore the 5'8". Do you know who he is? No, you don't. Jack Lambert. Beast with a missing tooth.
Yeah.
Fuck the Steelers.
Yeah, you would like it, but we still reign supreme with the ring. We are the Lord of the Rings.
Please don't talk about the Lord of the Rings, for God's sakes.
Don't hate.
Yeah, seriously, don't.
What was
Star
that?
Wars is better than
What was
fucking
that?
Lord of the Rings.
That was 2, right? Come on.
Lord-
Get out
Star
my
Wars is
moment. Get out my moment. Stop. Wait a minute. Man, verbal time. Wait a minute.
Talking about this top 5. All right, so you got number 4. So what's your number 3?
What I said. Jack Lambert. Before that, I said.
Man, you can set a whole damn steel curtain shit.
Said Lott. Yep.
Ronnie Lott, Jack Lambert.
I mean, the dude's name is badass.
Jack Lambert.
No, the other
Lott.
the
Said
other
Ronnie Lott.
part of the steel curtain.
Mean Joe Green.
Right. I mean, I'm not telling you what your third should be,
Right.
but I'm saying, like, as a Steeler fan, I mean,
Mean Joe was
number 1. I mean, badass, top 5.
Hey, Mean Joe. Hey, kid, catch. He was mean, but he still had a kind
Oh
heart.
yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so what's the next one? Boss, man.
Rocky Blyer. Y'all done did it now. The nigga got his foot blowed off or whatever in Vietnam War or whatever, and still was kicking ass in football. Lead blocker for my man Franco Harris. Opening
right.
up them hoes.
The Immaculate Reception.
Man, y'all know what it is. Don't hate like
All
the
right.
league. Don't be a hater like the league. With fucked up overturn calls. The fuck is
What's the
that?
next one?
What was that?
That was 2.
That-
You're number
no,
1.
You're number 4.
Number
No.
4.
No, he's coming up.
His first-
No, he's coming up number
Ronnie
4.
Lott, Jack Lambert,
Mean Joe Green.
and Joe Green.
Rocky Blyer. It's his last
Rocky
one.
Blyer.
That was it?
Yeah, this is his last one.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean,
Nah, Mean
he
Joe.
agreed with me though.
Number 75. Don't hate.
all right, I guess that's the top 5. huh?
Franco was a Steeler fan on the low. Don't.
As a kid, you know.
All of
Yeah,
us.
keep that shit real. That's a
And or first.
My number 1 is
Drum roll, please. That's a long ass drum roll.
Yeah, you might as well keep it rolling for a minute. I'm just gonna keep it real with you.
I kind
God
of.
sakes, tell me now.
By the way, dude, I kind of like that top 5 though. That's pretty cool though. I like
Glad he did.
Badass player. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. You know, out the box. I like it.
I mean, think, man, it could be any sport though. Any sport.
No, yeah, you know what? I forgot to bring up Mike Tyson.
I was gonna say Muhammad Ali. You know.
Evander, the real deal, Holyfield.
Hey, anybody who can get their ear bitten off and still be in a fight and win, right? That's a badass. That's definitely a badass. I feel you on that.
And he's the only motherfucker that legitimately beat Mike Tyson.
So who's your number one?
At his fucking
That is his number one.
No, Holyfield?
Yeah.
Well,
The
good
real
choice.
deal Holyfield.
Real deal Holyfield.
Yeah.
You ain't knowing about him? You ain't heard of him?
413. You know what it is?
Class act.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. Philippians 4:13. That was on his belt, on his waistline, when he took down Iron Mike. Bad ass. That's just a part of boxing. Cut that
Especially
shit
when
out.
your ass is what, 5'8" and he's like 6'2". It's kind of. Well, I mean,
Sounds
obviously
good.
Holyfield must have been doing something for him
I
to
saw
make
the
him bite
fight.
his ear
He
off.
whooped that ass.
That's what I'm going off of.
I made money while everybody else was quiet and crying like silent babies.
Are you insinuating that Evander Holyfield manhandled Mike Tyson? Because that's not what happened.
Nigga, did you see the
I
fight?
did see the fight. It wasn't.
Nah, you couldn't have. I'm not even gonna debate with you because I saw the shit.
Yeah, we,
And,
hey,
listen,
we don't have time for another debate.
Listen,
we got to end this thing out over
Listen.
here.
The whole neighborhood where I grew up was Mike Tyson. Nigga, everybody was quiet. It was like this. Exactly. Silence on the compound.
Hey, let's get closing words. You know, since you
All right,
already.
ladies and gentlemen, so now we're about to close this outro. So we're actually saying goodbye. Buenas noches. I want to go ahead and actually thank all our viewers, all of our sponsors. We all appreciate you very much.
All our
Thank
listeners,
you so much
subscribers,
for actually listening
supporters.
to our podcast. Our supporters out there, much love, much movement.
This cat
And
pop
there you go.
of PBRs for y'all.
That PBR and that drinks is for y'all. Thank you so
Salute.
much for our new subscribers that actually are subscribing to the Black and Brown Movement 88. Once again, don't forget to follow us on Black and Brown Movement 88 on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube, and also follow us on Twitter, and also follow us on Facebook as well.
Hip hop for the people.
And also, don't forget about Hip Hop for the People.
I want to thank all my co-hosts, Mad Verbals, Mad Scientist, Ivan C, Double B, Brandon Bradford. You know what I'm saying? This TAC, Redbeard the Feared One. And this Black and Brown Movement Radio podcast. And like we always do right about this time, we always know.
We always gonna say one thing.
One thing. There's only one thing.
We say
one
much
thing.
love and
one movement.
Good
We
night,
out.
everybody.
Good night. Peace.
Peace out.
People listen out for some shit upcoming on this instrumental right here, made by my man in the Cut to Productions, Skilo. Y'all gonna hear some West Coast shizzles. One love to my man Skilo and the Cut Productions. Big ups to everybody. See y'all on episode 10. One love, movement, hip hop for the people, Black and Brown, in the Cut Productions. Peace. We growed up in the town, the Black and Brown, but y'all ain't still ready. The podcast coming around. Episode 10 coming soon. Y'all better tune in.